Paramount presents Wings, the first movie to win an Academy Award for Best Picture. The story of two men who have gone to war and the girl they left behind. Starring Clara Bow, the It Girl, Gary Cooper, Buddy Rogers, and Richard Arlen. Wings is a whopping air spectacle, dominated by remarkable aerial stunts. Filled with action, shock, thrills, and tragedy. Twists of fate in love and war that catapults three people to their destinies. One of the greatest silent motion pictures ever made. Wings.
Broadway, you magic street, river of humanity, I have trudged my weary feet down your gay white way, dreaming a million dreams of fame, yearning for you to know my name. Broadway, you have heard the stories of a lot of years and glories, but you've always been the same, always playing in the game. Noisy, hurry with your bustle, scrambling, dizzy, full of hustle, jazzy, thrilly, brassy, silly, Broadway singing, Broadway music, Broadway melody. Don't bring a frown to all Broadway. You're not a clown on Broadway. Your troubles there are out of style. A Broadway always wears a smile. A million lights, they flicker there. A million hearts beat quicker there. No skies are gray on the great white way. That's the Broadway melody.
Wait a minute! Wait a minute! Hold it! That number's too slow. Cut out the Maloney sisters.
You mean cut out the whole first chorus?
Yes.
Well, has he cut us out altogether?
Ain't it awful the way they cut out these big stars?
I'll get to you in a minute. Listen here, Mr. Zanfield, you can't cut us out like that. Well, we've got equity contracts.
Kearns, go into the dance on the first chorus and end it there.
One more cut for you, dearie, and you'll be holding a spear.
And one more crack from you, bimbo, and you'll be holding a lily. Now, you listen to me, Mr. Zanfield. We can't do
Hank,
the cut.
be quiet. Will you cut it out and give me a chance to do my number?
Well, I know, but he cuts us out of the whole
come on.
show like that. He can't do that.
Oh, Broadway, you've got a clown on Broadway. Your troubles there are out of style. For Broadway always wears a smile. A million lights, they flicker there. A million hearts beat quicker there. No skies are gray on the great white way. That's the Broadway melody.
Ah, I see you look at your leader. And I, too, look to you, Paul Baumer. And I wonder what you are going to do.
I'll go.
I want to go. Me too.
I don't see that. The Kaiser's got everything he needs.
Well, they never had a war before. Every full-grown emperor needs one war to make him famous.
I'll tell you how it should all be done. Whenever there's a big war coming on, you should rope off a big field
And sell tickets.
Yeah. And on the big day, you should take all the kings and their cabinets and their generals, put them in the center dressed in their underpants, and let them fight it out with clubs. The best country wins.
Never before, and perhaps never again, will the screen capture so completely, so profoundly, the emotional crises of men whose utter loneliness ate away their hearts, whose pathetic yearning for love drove them to distraction, whose sheer terror knew no bounds. This is the immortal screen achievement, which has become more dramatic, more vital with every passing year. See it. See it again. See it with your heart wide open. For this is the motion picture about which it can truly be said, no man or woman can afford to miss it.
It was called the Oklahoma Land Rush.
We're going out to a brand new two-fisted rip-snorting country full of Indians, rattlesnakes, gun-toters, and desperados.
And a pioneer family helped turn a wild frontier into a proud state.
Did you have to kill him like that?
No, I could have let him kill me.
Richard Dix and Irene Dunn star in the only Western to ever win Best Picture, Cimarron.
I was ambitious then. We were drilled like little soldiers. No rest, no stopping. I was little and slim, but hard as a diamond. Then I became famous and... But why am I telling you all this? Last night I didn't know you at all.
I am Felix Benvenuto Freiherr von Geigen. My mother called me Flix.
No, Flix. Oh, that's sweet. And how do you live? And what kind of a person are you?
I'm a prodigal son, the black sheep of a white flock. I shall die on the gallows.
You know, you're entirely different from what I expected.
Different? How?
Oh, I don't know. I thought you were more of a coquette. Not so ladylike.
What did you expect?
Wouldn't you like to call me by the first name?
Well, I don't know what he wants. I never saw him before. I know you. I've kept your books for you, and I know all about you. If one of your employees was half as stupid in a small way as you are in a big one... What are you...
getting colder, isn't it?
Well, that's to be expected in mid-ocean.
Wouldn't it be awful if a magician came to us and said, unless you count accurately every single fish in the Atlantic, you die tonight?
We should die tonight.
How much would you mind? Dying, I mean.
Oh, I don't know. Good deal, I expect.
I don't believe I should mind so very much. You see, we can never in our whole lives be any happier than we are now. Could we?
Sweetheart.
Are all honeymoons like this?
Exactly.
Oh, Edward. It's rather disheartening, isn't it? I do so want this to be unique.
It is. For us.
Did you ever think when we were children, going to the pantomime and going to the zoo...
That we should end up by getting married? Mm-hmm. Of course I didn't. You were a horrible child.
Well, so were you. And so was Joey. Vile.
We all liked each other, really.
Dear Joey. He's passing gallantly through the chorus girl phase now, isn't he?
Gallantly, but not quickly.
Well, darling, you took your time over it.
Now, Edith.
Didn't you?
Light of my life. Shut up.
You'd be awfully cross if I'd had affairs.
If you'd what?
Had affairs. Love affairs before you.
You didn't?
Hundreds.
Liar.
I rather wish I had sometimes. Perhaps then I should have learned some tricks to hold you with when you begin to get tired of me.
I shall never do that. Tricks or no tricks.
Oh, yes, you will one day. People always do. This complete loveliness will fade. We shall forget what it was like.
Edith, don't.
Oh, it's bound to. Just a few years and the guilt wears off the gingerbread.
Darling, answer me one thing truthfully. Have you ever seen gingerbread with guilt on it?
Fool.
Then the whole argument is disposed of. Anyway, look at Father and Mother. They're perfectly happy and always have been.
Yes, but they had a better chance in the beginning. Things weren't changing so swiftly and life wasn't so restless.
And how long do you give us?
I don't know. Oh, and Edward, I don't care. This is our moment. Complete and heavenly. I'm not afraid of anything. This is our own. Forever.
At the rate you're going.
But that's none of your business.
You're on a budget from now on.
Now, just a minute.
Shut up.
You've got a name, haven't you?
Yeah, I got a name. Peter Warren.
Peter Warren. I don't like it.
Don't let it bother you. You were giving it back to me in the morning.
Take me with you, Peter. Take me to your island. I want to do all those things you talked about.
You better go back to your bed.
Do you mind if I try?
You? Don't make me laugh.
Oh, you're such a smart Alex. Nobody knows anything but you. I'll stop a car, and I won't use my thumb.
What are you going to do?
The system on my own.
murdering butcher.
I've had enough of this blood ship. He's the master of life and death on the quarterdeck above the angels. McCoy! Cleo! I'm sick of blood. Bloody backs, bloody faces. Why you give me your last command on this ship? We'll be men to get up we hang for it.
Casting me adrift 3,500 miles from a port of call. You're sending me to my doom, eh? Well, you're wrong, Christian. I'll take this boat as she floats to England if I must. I'll live to see you, all of you, hanging from the highest yard arm in the British fleet.
Voyage of the Bounty.
Do you know Ziegfeld?
No. Oh, I don't want to. I understand he's a horrible person.
Horrible?
Yes, they say he's a terrible ladies' man. But I suppose that's forgivable. He's surrounded by so many beautiful women.
Oh, yes.
Flo! Why do you do that when I'm trying to say nice things to you, hmm? Besides, you are a very bad maid. But I love you.
Why didn't you make me a great star?
Because I couldn't depend on you as I could.
Yes. Well, all right. Depend on her now. Go on, star her. Do anything you like with her. I hate you.
As a matter of fact, it should fit you very well.
Never mind the sales talk. Just tell me the price. I don't want to buy it, but I'll give you $50 for it, and not a cent more.
Miss Bryce, the coat's yours.
Stuck again.
Martin in this district, Montparnasse, or Georgette, or Madelon. Does it matter?
When did you come to Paris?
100 years ago. When I was 17.
You got me into this. You got to stick by me. Admit nothing. With that cursed Zola still writing, still stirring up trouble. The whole world screaming for the truth. Admit nothing. You can't hold it off much longer. You can't, I tell you.
Tremendous pressure has been put upon you. Save the army. Convict Zola and save France. I say to you, pick up that challenge. Save the army.
Your husband, madame, is under arrest in the Cherche-Midi prison.
You must be mad.
You will serve your husband best by being quiet and saying nothing about this. If you don't, things will go badly for him. Search the house.
In the name of the people of France, Alfred Dreyfus is condemned to deportation for life. The court-martial also orders that prior to the sentence being carried out, said Captain Dreyfus shall be paraded before the garrison of Paris, and there publicly degraded and dismissed from the service.
Gentlemen of the newspapers, proclaim to the world that I'm innocent! I'm innocent! Down with Zola!
There's Zola himself.
Let's get him.
Look at your mother. She's still staring at me.
Well, who wouldn't stare at you?
Tony, promise you'll do it.
You know, every time I think how lucky I am, I feel like screaming.
Tony, please promise you'll invite them.
Oh, I feel a scream coming on right now.
You know we'll have to face it sooner
Oh,
or
yeah,
later.
it's starting right down my toes. Sort of a tingling sensation.
Now look, we can
Now
invite
it's
them for
coming up
Wednesday
around
and
my
then...
knees. My legs are traveling faster and
Tony.
faster and faster.
You're not really
And
going
it's
to
in my
scream.
stomach right now. I'm afraid it's got me, Alice.
Not with your
Now
mother
it's going
here,
up
Tony.
and up and up and up. It's all over my body now. Here.
No.
It's right in my throat now. What I can do is fighting to get out. I can't hold it any longer. Here it goes. What happened? What happened? What happened? Well, a mouse went right past there.
A mouse in this place?
A mouse? What do you mean a mouse? There was a rat that long with hair on it.
A rat with hair on it?
Yeah, about 6 of them. Weren't there 6 or 7 of them?
Where?
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 Where? Where? Right under that table. Oh, there they go!
Gone with the Wind has captured the imagination and acclaim of the entire world. The screen has never known a love story to compare with this. When Rhett Butler meets Scarlett O'Hara.
I love you more than I've ever loved any woman. And I've waited longer for you than I've ever waited for any woman.
Let me alone.
Kiss me once.
Can't we ever forget that day at 12 Oaks?
Do you think I could ever forget it? Have you forgotten it? Can you honestly say you don't love me?
No, I don't love you.
It's a lie.
Well, even if it is a lie, do you think I'd go off and leave Melanie and the baby?
I'm not cornered. And you'll never corner me, Rhett Butler, or frighten me. You've lived in dirt so long you can't understand anything else. And you're jealous of something you can't understand. Good night.
It's not that easy, Scarlett. You turned me out while you chased Ashley Wilkes, while you dreamed of Ashley Wilkes. This is one night you're not turning me out.
A love affair you'll remember as long as you live, filled with all the fire and fury of the times in which it happened. Gone with the Wind. First picture to win 10 Academy Awards. The most honored, the most talked about motion picture in all film history.
Announcing the return of the most glamorous motion picture ever made, David O. Selznick and Alfred Hitchcock bring you the Grand Slam prize winner that made motion picture history. Winner of the Academy Award, voted by America's critics as the best picture of the year. And now, as a result of a national poll, winning new honors as audiences throughout the country vote to see it again. The Selznick Studio's successor to Gone with the Wind, Rebecca, brought to the screen with all the warmth and emotion that made millions of readers acclaim Daphne du Maurier's bestseller as the most exciting love story of our time. The fascinating Max de Winter lives on the screen in the person of Laurence Olivier.
Why, it's Max de Winter.
How do you do? The shy, unsophisticated young girl who dared to follow in the footsteps of the beautiful Rebecca is portrayed by lovely Joan Fontaine.
How could I ask you to love me when I knew you loved Rebecca still? Whenever you touched me, I knew you were comparing me with Rebecca.
What is the mystery of Rebecca? What dread secret is hidden within the silent walls of Manderley?
It's not only in this room. It's in all the rooms in the house. You can almost hear it now. Do you think the dead come back and watch the living?
Tell me, is Mrs. Van Hoffer a friend of yours or just a relation?
No, she's my employer. I'm what is known as a paid companion.
I didn't know companionship could be bought.
There is mystery, love, and laughter in Rebecca, the motion picture still unsurpassed for suspenseful romance.
Walter Pidgeon has his most distinguished role as Mr. Griffith, the minister who sacrifices his great love for Maureen O'Hara as Anne Howard, the Welsh girl whose beauty sets songs swelling in men's throats. Anna Lee as the lovely and lovable Bronwyn. Donald Crisp as Mr. Morgan, the gentle tyrant of a father. John Loder as Ianto. Sarah Allgood as Mrs. Morgan. Barry Fitzgerald as Sephartha. Patrick Knowles as Ivor, the world-famed Welsh singers, and the brilliant new young star, Master Roddy McDowell, whose inspired performance as Hugh will endear him to everyone. They knew the surging ecstasy of breathtaking love, and together they lifted their voices in heart-swelling song.
big event the whole country is talking about, Mrs. Miniver, a timely drama, tuned to the terrific tempo of the world of today. Mrs. Miniver, the story of a valiant woman whose love and devotion shield her family from the cruelest onslaught of devastation ever visited upon mankind. It is a story of youth, too, of young people who hold aloft against the shadow of the present everything that is brightness for the future. Mrs. Miniver is as great in its rich moments of quiet tenderness as in its vivid moments of unbridled terror and sweeping action. You will not soon forget the gallantry of this family of brave and decent people, whose courage is the flaming spirit of a family of brave and decent nations.
Casablanca, city of hope and despair, located in French Morocco in North Africa. The meeting place of adventurers, fugitives, criminals, refugees lured into this danger-swept oasis by the hope of escape to the Americas. But they're all trapped, for there is no escape. Against this fascinating background is woven the story of an imperishable love and the enthralling saga of 6 desperate people, each in Casablanca, to keep an appointment with destiny.
I was willing to shoot Captain Reno, and I'm willing to shoot you. All right, Major, you asked for it.
You knew how much I loved you, how much I still love you.
I know a good deal more about you than you suspect. I know, for instance, that you're in love with a woman. It's perhaps a strange circumstance that we both should love the same woman.
one for Sam.
Don't buy and sell human beings.
That's too bad. That's Casablanca's leading commodity.
You can ask any price you want, but you must give me those letters.
That's all right.
I tried to reason with you. I tried it. Now I want those letters.
Yes, it's back again. The wonderful show that scored the Grand Slam in Academy Awards. Going My Way. Academy Award winner for the Best Picture of its year. Bing Crosby, Academy Award winner for the Best Performance. Mary Fitzgerald for the Supporting Performance. Leo McCarey for his great original story and inspired direction. Plus awards for the Best Screenplay and the Best Original Song, Swinging on a Star.
Or would you like to swing on a star, carry moonbeams home in a jar, and be better off than you are? Or would you rather be a mule?
Bing as the gay singing padre of the toughest parish in New York. Barry as the crusty old codger who can't figure out what the younger generation is coming to.
Young man, as a matter of curiosity, what made you become a priest?
And now those of you who have seen Going My Way once, twice, or even 3 times will be able to relive every heartwarming, laugh-filled moment again. And those few of you who have never seen it have an unforgettable experience in store.
The most startling novel of the decade, brought to the screen with uncompromising frankness, pulling no punches, knowing full well the storm it would cause. For this is a relentless, terrifying tale of 5 lost days and nights, torn from a man's life, bearing his heart and soul. The Lost Weekend, starring Ray Milland in one of the great performances of motion picture history. And Jane Wyman as the girl who shared his desperate journey into fear.
You just happen to walk in on this. Now, if you know what's good for you, you'll turn around and walk out again, and walk fast, and don't turn back.
Down strange, forbidden byways he wandered in search of his soul. One woman loved him too much to let him lose it. Another wanted him enough to take him without it.
You do like me a little, don't you, honey?
Why, Natch, Gloria, Natch.
are the great personalities who bring a memorable experience to glowing life. Samuel Goldwyn's masterpiece. The screenplay was written by Robert E. Sherwood, Pulitzer Prize-winning playwright of Petrified Forest and Idiot's Delight. From this, William Wyler, who won the Academy Award for his direction of Mrs. Miniver, wove a pattern of motion picture magic, with Myrna Loy and Frederick March living through the heartwarming second bloom of love. Dana Andrews and Teresa Wright feeling the breathtaking thrill of love at first sight. Hoagie Carmichael spreading his own brand of stardust. All of them together, giving all of us the best years of our lives.
Z. Hobson's great story, Gentleman's Agreement, first appeared serially in Cosmopolitan magazine, its 20 million readers were startled at its daring. As a book, Gentleman's Agreement still leads all bestseller lists month after month. No story of the last decade has hit the literary world with such terrific impact. The author has deftly treated a taboo topic to give it excitement, exhilaration, and entertainment. And now, as a motion picture, Gentleman's Agreement is accorded the highest honor a picture can be given. Here we see its producer, Darrell F. Zanuck, receiving the Academy Award for the Best Picture of the Year. To do the screenplay, Mr. Zanuck engaged Moss Hart, who wrote Lady in the Dark, The Man Who Came to Dinner, and other great stage hits. For director, he chose Elia Kazan, whose talents now win the Academy Award for the Best Direction of the Year. In selecting the cast, the roles were filled with unusual care. The part of Phil Green, the fighting author, was given to Gregory Peck.
Well, face me now, Miss Wales. Come on, look at me. Same face, same eyes, same nose, same suit, same everything. Here, take my hand. Feel it. Same flesh as yours, isn't it? No different today than it was yesterday, Miss Wales.
Dorothy McGuire was chosen to play the emotional but confused Kathy.
I don't have to kiss you in public. I've got a nice dark taxi outside.
Well, what are we waiting for? Come on. Don't just stand there.
To play Dave, Phil's understanding friend, the preference was John Garfield.
I wonder if you'd feel so ill now, Kathy, if you had nailed him. You know, there's a funny kind of elation about socking back. I learned that a long time ago. Phil's learned it.
The part of the forthright, hurt, and frustrated Anne went to Celeste Holm, who in this role wins the Academy Award as the Best Supporting Actress of the Year. Then there's Anne Revere as Phil's understanding mother, June Havoc as Miss Wales, Phil's secretary, Albert Decker as the sympathetic publisher, Jane Wyatt as Kathy's snobbish sister, Dean Stockwell as Tom, Phil's young son.
Don't shout at me. I know what you're thinking about marrying me. I saw it on your face when I said that to Tom. And don't treat me to any more lessons of tolerance. I'm sick of it. I am not going to marry into hothead shouting and nerves, and you might as well know it.
The world's most famous play, now brought to the screen with filmic mastery. The camera capturing the superb artistry of the finest actors of our time as they portray a story of a man's torment, his indecision, his love, his rage, and his revenge as foul crimes are burnt and purged away.
Pulitzer Prize novel becomes a vital, very great motion picture. The story of a ruthless big shot, Willie Stark.
And for the last time, I tell you that nobody, do you hear me? Nobody will tell me how to run this state.
His manners, his morals, and his women.
If I get a divorce...
Maybe we better stop seeing each other.
No, we won't stop seeing each other, will we?
Willie's got big ideas, Jack.
What do you mean?
A girl like that could be a governor's wife or even a president's.
What are you talking about?
He ditched Lucy, he ditched me, and he'll ditch you.
Answer me.
All the fascinating characters from the novel come alive. Tom Stark, the big shot son, who went for the girls. Jack Burden, Tiny Duffy. Adam Stanton, who believed in a sister's honor. And Sugar Boy with that .38 under his armpit.
Now listen to me, you hicks. Yeah, you're hicks too, and they fooled you 1,000 times, just like they fooled me. I'm going to stay in this race. I'm on my own, and I'm out for blood.
Jack Burton, Willie Stark's hatchet man. I asked you, how did you find out?
You know, Judge, dirt's a funny thing. Some of it rubs off on everybody.
If Adam finds out, it'll be easy to prove a Stanton is no different than anyone else. Willie was right. Man is conceived in sin and born in corruption. There's no God but Willie Stark. I'm his prophet and you're his...
Gamblers and crooks fought for his favor, but a fearless few risked ruin to destroy him.
Be it resolved by the House of Representatives in open session convened that said Willie Stark be, and he is hereby impeached.